Before I start this book review, I do want to warn my viewers that this novel is very triggering. There's a lot of talk that deals with suicide and other things that can be very triggering for a lot of people. So if you are very sensitive to those topics, please skip this video and go watch another video of mine or some other YouTuber, because I do not want you to become upset because of the topics of this novel. Three teenagers all decide to do the unthinkable: try to kill themselves. And for one reason or another, they are all thwarted in their plans and end up in the same mental hospital trying to get themselves back on the right road. The three teenagers, Connor, Vanessa, and Tony, all come from different backgrounds and come from different reasons as to why they decided to kill themselves. In Ellen Hopkins' novel, Impulse, the three teenagers work together in the mental hospital to try to make themselves better and develop connections with each other and find out about each other's past and presents and what exactly they have in common and build futures together. The novel's style of writing is very different from many other authors. Ellen Hopkins is an author that tends to write in a more poetic form, but she does it in a way that each small poem is able to build into a bigger picture throughout the rest of the novel. All of her chapters, and I use the word loosely, are poems written from different perspectives of each of the characters and wind together to form a beautiful picture of an entire story with these three characters. Now, I am a giant fan of Ellen Hopkins' writing because of this reason. Her poetry throughout this novel is so expertly done that she's able to create this story as if it was just a normal novel. It's almost as if she breaks up the novel itself and makes them into very short poems, into very small chapters of each person in the story. Despite her novels being made of sensitive material, Ellen Hopkins is an easy-to-read author because although her poems are very simplistic and easy to read, they are still jam-packed with so much information and personality for every character that she writes about. Now, I could go on and on about Ellen Hopkins' writing and how much I absolutely love it, but in all honesty, if you are looking for a way to get into poetry or looking for a novel more based in poetry, Ellen Hopkins' novels are the way to go. Now, Impulse itself is a standalone novel, but Ellen Hopkins does have a series, the Crank series, that is written in this exact same format where it is poetry, but it is a novel. So definitely check her out if you are interested. And again, for those of you that are sensitive to these types of topics that deal with suicide or drugs or depression or anything, please be aware of that if you go into these novels, because it is very, very triggering to a lot of people. But at the same time, Ellen Hopkins does write in a way that it is more comforting because you realize you are not alone in the situations that she talks about. So that's going to do it for my book review of the novel Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. Definitely one of my favorite authors, always will be one of my favorite authors, and I highly recommend her to anyone that is interested in reading her novels. It's very different than what a lot of other people do, but I think she is still just one of the best authors of our time. The next novel I will be reading is going to be The Maze Runner by James Dashner, and I wish I had my book with me, but it is back on campus, so I don't have it. But I'm really excited to see this novel itself because I've always been interested in dystopian novels, so I'm going to go back on the dystopian train for just a hot minute. And I've never read The Maze Runner before. I was really interested in seeing the movies and seeing how they compared, so I might do a movie to book comparison and seeing how it's different if I can. I'm just really interested to see how this goes because I've heard so many people rant and rave about this series, and I'm excited to see how it is for myself. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this book review. If you guys liked it, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already and you'd like to be, hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys!